from Magpies Cottage.
I'm Amy.
Welcome back, or welcome for the first time, whichever
Happy New
it may
Year.
be. Yeah,
Yes!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully
here
this
we
one's
are.
better than the last.
Oh my gosh, it's already better, I think.
Oh, I don't.
No?
Well, look at all that trouble in Washington.
Well, okay, yeah, that.
Oh, Laurel's sister-in-law is so sick. Somebody else was
Lori
so
and
sick.
her eye.
Yeah, Lori with her
Okay,
eye.
yeah, but
There's a lot of tragedy going on already. I just hope it gets better.
I got another teacher in 4th grade.
Yay!
And so that means I will not have 58 students.
That's good.
Yeah, no kidding. I did not want 58 students. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
58 students. Good gravy.
Yep.
That would have drove me crazy. I think I'd have been going gaga.
Right.
But there's another teacher coming.
Good.
So we will only have 40-something.
Okay, and does that start Monday?
No, not Monday. Monday we have boot camp for the new inductees to the virtual school because
Okay.
kids who have been going to school virtually that were originally in hybrid, okay, they do virtual school the way the hybrid teacher wanted to do it. We do virtual school differently because we do virtual school. You know, 100% virtual.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at things a little differently and have different things that we need the kids to do. So next week they have boot camp, and we teach them how to do what we want them to do.
Okay.
And, you know, yeah, so it's funny. I have a sub teaching my regular kids on Monday and Tuesday so I can
okay.
indoctrinate my new kids.
Okay.
So,
Good.
yeah,
Cool.
we'll see.
Yeah. So my week is on Sunday we did Christmas with the family.
Oh, that's
So
fun.
yeah, it was on the January 4th. And I didn't have to worry about COVID because almost all of them either had it, tested positive, or they lived with somebody that had it, so they probably had it but were asymptomatic, you know.
Goodness.
I'm the only one that hasn't had it. So I felt completely safe going to hang out with all of them.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I mean, there, you know, all of these, the backlash from all of the people who want us back in the buildings and yada yada. You know, there's a very large portion now. Okay, I'm looking at 50 students every day, and of my 50 students, there are only 3 leaving me,
Okay.
and that's tentative 3. Those were the 3 that told me that their parents were talking about it.
Okay.
So this idea that all these gazillion parents want to be back in school, not so much.
Yeah.
You know, they're more about keeping
Well,
their kids
those
safe.
kids that were staying home, they haven't been exposed, or unless a family member got it, so they're still susceptible.
Well, I've had some that
Okay.
that parents have gotten it, like when parents have gone to work or what
Yeah.
have you, and so I get a notice that when. It's funny. I get a notice when one of my students, all teachers get this, when one of their students has COVID, okay? We get notified because if we were in person, then there would be quarantining and other
Right,
stuff
right,
that has
right.
to go on. Whereas with me, they don't necessarily, I mean, I'm not going to do anything different. No, of course not. But the computer doesn't know that,
Right.
you know? I'm just that
Right.
student's teacher, so these messages that are generated automatically through the attendance system, you know, it wouldn't know. So, I mean, I do know that some of my families, even though they're virtual, they've had to deal with that.
Okay.
And it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
it was exciting, though, redoing the class lists.
sure, I bet.
So, yeah, it made me
Yeah.
feel better.
Another thing I've been doing this week is unpacking a lot of the orders I had in the vault because,
She has stash in her vault, you know.
well, that's because with inventory coming up
Right.
the last 2 weeks of the year, I didn't want to add more stuff while we're in the middle of taking inventory. So it all got stashed. And now I think I'm only down to 1 box left. I got everything out except for 1 box. So there's lots of new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, one of the new things is Knitter's Pride has new needle sets out called Mindful. And I think, I'm not sure. Oh, stainless steel. Yeah, they're stainless steel needles. Here's a little picture of the set. It's got the needles, the cords, the stoppers, a needle sizer, darning needles, stitch markers.
Oh, nice tools.
It's got, yeah, it's only got 7 tips. It's a small set. It's only up to size 8. Let me see, 7 sizes. I know it has it here. 2.5 through 8. And now the cords, 2 of them are swivel cords and 2 of them are fixed cords. So that's a little bit different. It has swivel cords as well as fixed.
I wonder
So
why
they
they
spin
call it the
around.
mindful set.
I don't know. I think it's just their name. I thought these were going to be a lot like Zing, but these are stainless steel instead of aluminum. And they did cancel their Nova Platina
Oh, I've not
sets,
used them.
which was their old chrome-plated, you know, set. So, 50 stitch markers. Yeah, so it comes in this bag, and within that little cloth bag, then there's the vinyl bag with all the needles in it. So, and the reason I'm late to the party getting these is right after they were released, there was a manufacturer recall on the cords.
Oh, goodness.
And then they swapped all the cords and gave you the ones from the Dreams. And I mean, they interchanged with these so you could use them, but they weren't these new cords. So I wanted to wait till all those bugs were worked out. And all those bugs were supposedly worked out about 2 months ago. So now I feel safe ordering them. So I got one set just, and I have that online and in the store. I got just one of the swivel cords. I don't know, if somebody buys it before I open it, fine. Otherwise, I might try it myself and just put it onto. I have the carbon set from Knitter's Pride, which also is the same screw. So I'll just put it on one of my carbon needles and try the swivel cord. Because, yeah, see, so the cord spins around, so it shouldn't loop back on itself and kink.
Oh, that sounds
Oh,
interesting.
that's what those pretty things were the ends, the cord ends. I didn't know what those were in that picture. Those little
those
dots.
things. Got it.
They're
Like
the
a
cord
stopper.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So I have that. I have some of the knit blockers. They're nothing different than the other Knitter's Pride knit blockers. They just got that pretty design and the color.
That pretty design is what the mindful thing is, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just supposed to be
I mean,
calming.
I have my plain ones, white ones, they work.
Yeah. Yeah, and for a while, most recently, I had the colored set. It was all different colors, just like the colors of the cords of the Knitter's Pride. So yeah, I just have a few of those mindful things, and I'm going to start to get more in as soon as I make sure, that I like them. So I'll order a couple more tips in these cords and try them out.
Well, that sounds fun.
So, yeah, you want to show something you got new there?
I got the yarn. Okay,
Okay.
so first off, these are pretty. Now, we did a cowl with these at one point in time, and I think they'd make a lovely cowl. So there's 2 colors. This is called Bamboo Bloom, and it's a hand paint, and it's a thick and thin. I mean, it goes from like really, you can see some really like thick, bulky looking stuff, and then it goes to some thin stuff. So this could be really a lot of fun in a cowl, I think. Okay, so this color is called
Cherry Blossom.
Cherry Blossom, and this one is
Bonsai.
Bonsai. Okay, well, she knew.
Well, I just put them in the computer, so I put pictures in the computer, everything. So if anybody wanted to order them online,
They're
they'll
very
be
pretty.
there.
Very pretty. This pink and green is kind of pretty.
Yeah.
But I just think they make a very interesting cowl.
Yeah. And that
So-
interrupted cowl, it's like you knit all the way. You just knit, and then when you get to this real thick, puffy stuff, you purl.
Oh, yeah, that would make
Yeah.
that bump accentuate.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. So, 2 really nice colors of that. All right, and then you want me to
Okay.
keep going, or you want to take turns here?
I'll take turns.
Okay.
We got some of these knitting mills,
This
a
is
couple
fun.
of these. I seen it on Arnie and Carlos, and so I went and got some. It's from Prim. It makes I-cord. I think you can do 3, 4, or 5 stitch maybe even 6, but 3, 4, or 5 stitch I-cord. You just you put in and take out the little needles there at the top. So yeah, I think that would be fun.
Well, there are uses
Yeah,
for I-cord. Lots of them.
yeah, oh, for sure.
So,
Yep. Yeah, and like I said, I seen it on Arnie and Carlos' podcast. They did a whole review of it.
well, and if Arnie and Carlos use it, gosh darn it all, it's got to be worthwhile.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
okay.
and then I have some classic shades. Now, have this yarn in this shop in much more muted colors. However, it's classic shades by Universal. This color is called Flash. So you can see some of the different colors in there. And it's a very long run color variegation. And what's nice about this is you could use this in a Colorwork sweater.
Mm-hmm.
Substitute this for lots of different colors and just knit this one. And so I'm thinking like a round yoke where you've got just a design of some sort, and then use this, and then you'll get color changing in your yoke. So we've got this one, which is I think this is really pretty. And then we've got this one with a neon, so this one's really bright. See? Now, another thing you could do is there is a version, a worsted weight version, because this is worsted, I believe,
Yes.
of sock arms.
Oh, sure.
So you could do a solid for your body and then do something like this for your arms, and you'd have that self-striping effect on it. So that's another thing you could do with this.
Yep.
Yeah, very pretty colors.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and I know this is probably a little late, but we got in a whole bunch of different elastics. I don't know, masks will probably be around for years, so maybe it's not late. But we got the white cord elastic sold by the yard. The black cord elastic sold by the yard also. It's a little bit thinner, but some people want that thinner stuff. Yeah, but it's only like 50 cents a yard.
Oh, goodness.
So, and then we have packages of the 1/4-inch elastic.
Okay, so yeah, the quarter is what I had used for most of the masks I knit.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
I
Then
sewed.
it's flat. Now these two are round cords. This is flat. So yeah, so we got these 3 different elastics.
Well, that's good to know.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, when I was hunting for elastic, boy, oh boy, it was hard to find. In the first round of masks I did, I took hair ties. You know
yeah.
you know not the scrunchy ones, but just the ones that would be like an elastic cord. And I took those and I cut them apart.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of looped around. And lengthwise, actually, they worked out well.
Okay.
So, I mean, that worked, but I would rather have
Yeah.
some decent elastic.
I heard people were cutting apart underwear to use the
Oh, God. No, thank you.
Oh, and some people were cutting apart shirts like this. And if you cut it about this wide and pull it, it kind of rolls on
Yeah,
itself.
sure.
And they were using that. Yeah, people were getting pretty desperate for elastic.
Okay, no,
But
not
yeah,
me.
yeah, I think it's restocked everywhere. I mean, I was able to get this now, no problem. So,
Cool.
yep. You got
Okay.
one last
I
yarn?
have one last yarn in time for the playoffs, baby. Here we have, this is the Uptown worsted weight. This is the Packer color, green and gold. And then, we've got badgers too. All right. I knit this stuff. We had a blue and gold years back. And I knit this into a gag gift for my son.
Okay.
Yeah, I knit him Brewer underwear. Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so this was years ago. Certainly before he met his fiancée. That's how long ago it was.
Okay.
And I have pictures of him modeling said underwear. And when he was unpacking his storage unit out in California, because his stuff was moved it was in his stuff when he moved from Appleton to Seattle to Portland down to Sacramento. It was in his stuff, and he kept moving it. You know, the only thing he's got that mom ever knit for him, because, well, he doesn't wear sweaters. He lives in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Anyways, so, yeah, he was unpacking stuff, and Ashley found him. And she's, what the heck is this? Oh, yeah. She got the whole skinny on the underwear.
Oh, that's funny.
But, yeah, Derek has a Brewer underwear on like this.
Oh,
Yeah,
funny.
but anyways, this is nice yarn.
Yeah.
It is acrylic. Is it 100%?
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So that's okay though. This is fun. Packer knitting.
That's for the people that you're giving gifts to that don't know how to take care of yarn or wool. That's perfect.
It is. I mean, I would like to knit an Afghan for Ryan out of this.
Oh, okay.
Ryan is my Packer fan, up one side and down the other.
Okay.
And I would knit him an Afghan out of this.
Uh-huh.
Not anytime soon because, well, I'm not sure he's knit worthy right all the time, but
Okay.
right now he is. So I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'm not going to start said Afghan. But this has got like his name all over it. I've knit for him. I gave him. Remember when we knit the cowl that year with the score?
Yeah.
Okay, we knit
Scoreboard.
the scoreboard cowl. I had my scoreboard cowl, and this thing was miles long.
Oh, yeah.
I was never going to wear it. This thing was
Yeah.
huge. And I think I knit 2 of them. He has one, and my niece has one. And my niece loves hers. But I don't know why it did that one. She didn't mind it being a mile long. Ryan has this, like, on his, he hangs them in his garage, like in his man cave.
Okay.
Which is like which is in the garage. And then he's got the little man cave area. And then he has another one that I knit out of
He lives alone and he needs a man cave.
yeah, I know. But that's because he has to go smoke in the garage.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't smoke
see.
in his apartment.
house. Yeah,
Yes.
I get it.
So he doesn't smoke.
Okay.
So he has to go to his man cave to smoke.
Uh-huh.
So the whole garage reeks. It's nasty.
Yeah.
But at any rate, yeah. So I also have, some acrylic green and gold yarn that I knit it was just a bias basic scarf. Well, he's got that thing hanging there too.
Okay.
So he does value the things I knit. So,
Okay, that's good.
not like the other guy, stick it in a storage unit for years.
Right.
But
Yep.
at any rate, fun yarn for fun projects.
Okay. So you got some new stuff you bought on your own.
Oh,
What do
I
you
did.
got?
I was book shopping. Okay, we all have way too many knitting books, but every now and then some new ones come out that are worth spending the money on. This one is Stephanie Lotvin's. Now, I test for Stephanie, and I have tested some of the things in this book. What this book is all self-striping yarn, but all kinds of fun projects you can do with it. So,
I love this.
yeah, so do
Turn
I.
that around and show them. Look at
There's
that
a-
sweater in the corner.
Colorwork yoke sweater done in self-striping yarn.
Oh, that
Love that.
That's gorgeous.
Look at this. This is a shawl, and she's got these insets in there, which is amazing. This t-shirt across the top, you do like a yoke, kind of like that way, and that's where the self-striping is.
Ah.
Oh, I gotta find some of the ones that I knit. Lots of cowls in here.
Well, somebody said this is going to be the year of the cowl.
Oh, I knit this hat. This is adorable. Okay, you use a self-striping here, but it's double thick, so it's nice and warm. But this peeks through the lace eyelets on the top part. And then it's got this cute, hopefully this picture shows it. This little pointy thing. It's just string sticking up. It's too cute.
Oh.
It's not really a pom-pom and it's not really a tassel. It's string sticking up. And she's got a really
Okay.
cute technique for that. So that I
Cool.
tested that one. So I have my own version of that. And then I'm trying to find, there's a baby sweater in here that I tested. That actually, I don't even have access to the sweater anymore. I gave it to my nephew's son. Okay, where is it? Now it's bugging me. I think it's in the back here. She's got a different version of her sock arms pullover. Yeah, here is this adorable little baby. It's just a newborny size. It's small, little jacket. And you knit it in self-striping yarn, so you get this kind of patchwork effect to it. So, see, isn't that cute? Oh, and by the way, that's Stephanie holding it.
She's getting very popular all of a sudden. I've been seeing her patterns all over the place, And her pictures popping up on podcasts, people showing her.
Well, I'm telling you,
she's
I
getting
love her
popular.
sense of color. There's a nice picture of the sweater. Okay. I love her sense of color. I love her sense of just having fun with a garment and that stuff. So, bonus points if you find my name in it, because my name is in here as one of her testers. So I literally, this is how far back this goes. My granddaughter was an infant, so Cora will be 8 come April. I knit these in right after Cora was born, because she was an infant, because these are infant sized. They were adorable flip-flops that would, like, they went around, you know, like they had a thong, and they went around the foot, and then they had a back strap on the ankle. Just adorable knitted little flip-flop things for infants. And they were just so stinking cute.
Cute.
That was the very first pattern that she ever put out for testing.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And I tested them for her.
Yeah.
And Cora wore them, and her daughter is the same age as Cora. And she was, at the time, living in Japan, because her husband is a linguist.
Right.
And so she was living in Japan at the time. And I have loved testing for Stephanie all these years. Now, do I test everything she does? No, I don't. I don't have time. I got my own knitting queue, you know? But do I love working with her? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right now, she's actually the designer in residence, which I think is cool, for Leading Men.
Okay.
And
good.
so they have like I don't know if it's mini skeins or they have this like monthly club. And she is going to be designing 4 patterns for their monthly club.
Okay.
Over the course of this year. And of course, she's one of the teachers for their retreat in September. So, yeah, I just, okay. As soon as this came up for pre-sale, I got mine on Amazon, but Joanne can get it for you too, I think. We're going to figure that out. And if not, it's on Amazon. But I love this book. And there are things. I want to make myself the sock arms cardigan. That's in here. Okay. I have yarn for multiple sock arm sweaters. So I have yarn at home for a worsted weight one, and I have yarn at home for a fingering weight one. The one in here, the cardigan, now those are pullovers, but the one in here, the cardigan, is sport weight. But I'm thinking I can make the fingering work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most times you can.
Yeah.
If especially if you do a hand dye.
Yeah.
You know, those are often better quality yarns.
Yeah.
A little
So
thicker.
and I have the yarn for that. So I'm thinking I'm going to make the sock arms that I was going to do as a pullover. I think I'm going to do the cardigan.
Okay.
So because the yarn quantity should work. So let's see, can I find it quick? Well, here's the little kid one. Here's the little kid one. And it's just adorable. She has it both in adult and child sizes. So there's the child version. And oddly enough, I bought some fingering weight sock yarn to do one of these for Cora.
Okay.
I bought it. It's really cute. It's a biscotti. Their Felix sock or self-striping sock, whatever. It's called Watermelon, the colorway. So it's got pink and red and white and green in it.
Okay.
And my favorite, lime green. So I have no idea what color I want the body part of it, but I literally bought that skein of sock yarn to do a sock arms in fingering weight for Cora. So I know that that's going to get done. But nonetheless, there's the adult one. There it is. It's the back side. So very nice sweater. I've knit it once already in worsted. Okay, so that's my favorite book that I got right now. Then, for those of us who are Hitchhiker fans, which I am, Martina Baines, I just had to get this book. Believe it or not, when I knit my first Hitchhiker, well, actually, I've only knit one. I've got this itch to knit another Hitchhiker. So she came out with her new book. And what this book is all the different variations she has done off of Hitchhiker over the years. And some of the patterns in here are new. Now, could I have tried some of this crap myself? Sure, without buying a book? No, that's true, I could have. But I just wanted to, send a little love Martina Bames' way.
And it does say she has 3 new ones in there.
Yep. There are 3 new. So I might just for kicks, knit my way through this book.
Okay.
I mean, and I could do this from stash easily enough because I got plenty of stash that would work for this. You know,
Sure.
all your variegated fingerings. I have the yarn on the cover. I love that. So, and then my goal for the year, being the new year, I just loved Arnie and Carlos's Christmas balls. So they did this year. That was like a ball of the day kind of thing for Advent.
Yeah, 24 balls.
I did not follow that this year. Well, I didn't do it. I kind of followed it. But I have got this itch to do Christmas balls. And I do have a dilemma with it. So my plan this year is to, one, I don't want to use the yarn they used because I don't even know what it is. I've never seen it around. So I'm going to find a yarn locally available. I want to use something that's not superwash because I want the stickiness of it. And I don't know what weight they're knitting these out of. I almost think it's a DK, yeah.
Yeah, they've switched from whatever they had in here, and now they're using
the felted,
the Rowan
stuff.
They're using the alpaca one though, not the felted tweed, the alpaca one. I don't have the alpaca one here. I have the yak one, but it's, you know, the same weight in those little balls. So yeah, DK. So you could use any DK.
I got some stuff called Smart Yarn or Smart Yarn that's like in stash. I got a red and a purple that I bought actually at the old shop years ago. It's a purple and a red. And I liked the yarn. And I just, I think they were clearancing it out or whatever. And I bought it.
Kenzie would work nice if you want a little tweedy looking.
Yeah, tweedy looking. Kenzie would, and then you'd have a nice little halo going on. Okay, anyway, so my dilemma though is, okay, I want to knit through this book just because. I mean, I love this one. Okay, I gotta show you guys. I love this one. I just think it's beautiful. So I got this itch to do a tree in all hand knit balls like this. That's my goal. Well, the problem with it is that the 2 trees I put up in my house, I like the way I decorate them.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have to put up a 3rd tree to do this, and I'm thinking, oh, Amy, are you nuts? I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I wanted to knit this. So that's kind of one of my goals for this year is to, you know, I don't know if I'll get through the whole book, but I just love some of the things I've seen in here.
Yeah.
That's pretty. So, yeah. So that's why I brought my books along.
Cool.
So
So.
we have a knit along coming up. That's the next thing on our list.
Yes. And I'm stoked about this knit along.
She is. She's like way more stoked than I am.
Okay, we're doing a Colorwork knit along, and we're gonna end it by having a steeking party on February 27th. I did mention it earlier, but I just want to let you know everything. February 27th, we're gonna have a steeking party where we get together, either here or if it's COVID still giving you a problem, we might set up the iPad with Zoom, so if you want to dial in that way.
Yeah, but the idea here.
Yeah. So I want to do Colorwork sweater with a steek. I've never steeked a whole sweater before. I've practiced it, but I've never done a whole sweater before.
Me neither.
So I want to do that. So I had decided for myself, I got the Strange Brew book, and I got several copies of it in the store. And once you buy the book, inside the front cover right here is a code where you can use it as a coupon code in Ravelry. Like, you go find any one of these sweaters in the back, find the pattern. I found Trek. And then,
so are you going to do Trek?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I said there's an option for ebook there, and I clicked on ebook, and then when that box comes up, yeah, it says coupon code in the lower left. I entered that code, and then it gave me a minus the price and said free, and then I checked out. And as soon as I did that, then when I went in the truck, it was already in my library. All the sweaters in here will be in your library immediately after you do that, after you put that code in. So then I could print up this paper copy, and I can write all over it. And almost immediately after I did the paper copy, I went in and I highlighted my size on all the pages so that it's all ready for me. You know, I got all the sizes highlighted so that I know which one I'm doing. And so I am all ready. I have chosen to do truck. I just cast it on today. I did my gauge swatches yesterday.
Oh, they were dry already?
Yeah, yep, and I measured them up. And I was afraid size 6 would be too big. That's why I did 2 of them. This one I did on a 5, feels beautiful. And then I did this one on a 6. And it's not too loose. I thought it was going to be too loose for this yarn, but it worked perfect. And the gauge is spot on to their gauge. So I don't
For
have
the
to do,
6?
yeah.
Wow.
So I don't have to do any adjustments. So I will be knitting with sizes 4 and 6. And then now my next decision is I'm starting on the sleeves. This is a bottom-up sweater. I think I'm going to add, see just this little row of detail on the bottom where the blue is? I'm going to add that right above the ribbing on the sleeve, just that little bit.
Oh, that'll be just adorable.
Yeah, so I'm going to add that on the
I
end
think
of the
that'll be really
sleeves. And probably the body too, but I'm going to make the sleeves first. Yeah,
You
just
know,
a
there's a
little bit.
reason why a person does the sleeves first. It's a gauge swatch.
Sure.
You can check your gauge on a sleeve on a Colorwork sweater before you go all the way. So there's sometimes you want to check gauge. A lot of people will do a hat. Didn't you do that?
No, I did do a hat, but not with this yarn.
Okay.
Penny did that for her sweater.
Yeah. You knit a hat, and you've got a gauge swatch for your Colorwork. And so it's a really good thing to do to knit that hat as a gauge swatch. And then you got something useful. Me, I just knit the gauge swatch and cut it.
I am going to tell you this time, make a gauge swatch that's about this size or maybe even a little longer, because I have 2 of them now to practice my steeking on before I cut into my sweater. I'm going to do one with a crocheted steek and one with a sewing machine steek. And I'm going to try both methods and steek it. And, you know, then I'll know when it's time to do my sweater which one I like better. I'll practice picking up for the button band, everything, on my little tubes. So you might want to think about saving your swatches to practice steeking on.
That's not a bad idea.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still having and hawing over yarn, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Oh, this is what I definitely decided to go with. I love it.
I love that yarn too.
So yeah, if you want to participate, just start knitting your Colorwork sweater. You can keep up with us by posting on Ravelry or Facebook, or comment here.
So you're going to take this round yoke sweater. Mm-hmm. Are you going to add steek stitches?
Yes. Yes.
In the book, they tell you how to put in steek stitches so that you could take any of their round yoke pullover sweaters and turn them into cardigans.
Mm-hmm. It's not a lot, not a real lot. This is their whole steek page. So it does tell you on page 40 how to do it. If you need more instruction, I will be showing you my journey as we go, so that you'll have that. And Fat Squirrel, that podcast, she does a really nice podcast on the steeking. Okay, and then there was another one that I watched that was really good from Suzanne Bryan, Bryan. She did one on steeking with the crochet method.
Okay.
So, yeah, those are out there for more help, but basically you got to add anywhere from 5 to 9 stitches down the center if it's not already a pattern for a steek.
Yeah, see, my pattern is descent. And
So
that
yours
one
is
is
designed.
already designed for the steek, so I don't have to add anything.
Yeah, I will be adding it. And when I get to the Colorwork, I think I'm going to do stripes. Because you can either do a checkerboard or stripes for those 9 stitches you add. I'm going to do stripes because I think it'll be easier to follow that stripe down when you're cutting.
Well, that makes sense.
At least through the color work part, and then when you get to the solid, it'll be a little different, but
Cool.
yeah.
So, join us on our journey.
Yeah, I'll show you every little thing I do. So my tip 1, make a swatch in a tube, save it to practice your steeking on later. Use it now for measuring your gauge. Always wash and dry your swatches before you decide on the gauge.
So you cast on? Is it sitting down there?
Yeah, it's just a cast on in like 2 rows of a sleeve rib, so it's not really anything to show.
Okay.
Next week, I'll have at least a half a sleeve.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yep.
All right, so that's what we're up to. Now let's see what we finished.
Okay, you want to go first?
Okay. I'm wearing it.
Very nice. Mosaic knitting.
Yes, this is a really quick project. I knit mine in 12 days because it was Laura Ayler's Just For You for December. So the pattern came out on December 12th. You have 12 days, a little snippet of knitting a day.
Okay.
And, okay, I could knit this in a day and a half. Because if I just kept going with it. But I just did the little bit every day between December 12th and December 24th. And then I waited.
Okay.
I did the fringe after Christmas. I didn't want to
Okay.
need to wear it right away. But, yeah. And my button, it matched perfectly.
Where's the button? In the back. Okay. Oh, yeah. So it's like a bib. You're wearing a bib.
I love it. I love it.
Very nice.
You know, and it's nice. It's lightweight. I kind of blocked mine aggressively. It is knit in DK weight yarn. So, yeah, Just For You. But she renamed it. So I'm going to have to look up what she does. It's Just For You. Every year she comes out with the Just For You. And it's intended to be just a little bit of knitting every day. So when things get really hectic around December 12th and all of us women are chasing around our house getting this, that, and the other thing done, you get a half hours or so worth of knitting time. And if that's the only knitting you do, that's the intent. Okay? Me, I knit a lot more, so it didn't matter. I would get mine done. It was like my little bit of the day. Got to get my Just For You done. She does this every year. I've done, I think 7. She's done it like for 7 years, and I think I've done 5 of the 7. And they're all really nice cowls. Now, this one was probably, I would say, of all of them that she's done, the least knitting.
Okay.
And but it's a mosaic, and there's 3 different mosaic patterns in there. It's got I-cord edges. So, yeah,
You gonna do a class on that?
I could.
Okay.
This is an easy one. I would
Okay.
love to. Because, well, then you'd learn also about how to do an I-cord.
Yeah.
On an I-cord edge. And we've got a little eyelets for the fringe, and everything else is...
Okay.
Yeah, I could do a class
Okay.
on this one, easy.
All right.
Um,
Look the name up and give me a date after we're off the camera. And if you want to have a class for this, check the website and we'll have it on the calendar.
well, your learning goal on this would, of course, be 1, the mosaic knitting,
Right.
and 2, the I-cord edge. And if those are 2 little techniques that you want to learn, I can teach this in an evening. So
Okay.
it'll be a one-shot kind of night.
Okay. 2 skeins of DK.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you don't even need 2 full skeins of DK. I think they were probably close to half.
Okay.
So, well, these were, I think, 100-gram skeins. So half of 100-gram skein.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so I got that done. And then, those of you who are seeing behind us, here is the mystery project for this month. We are doing a baby blanket done circularly. So it started out with what's called a pinhole or circular cast on, and then you knit from the center out. And that's our baby blanket. This is knit in a cotton yarn that has this amazing drape. And it's intended, mine was intended to be a baby blanket, but this would be a nice thing to just have over the back of your chair, so when you get chilly, you can throw it over your shoulders. Very nice, easy to knit pattern.
Levon and I were talking that it would be a nice tablecloth too.
I was thinking the same thing. You know those like round tables that like accent
bedroom
tables?
ones?
The
Yeah.
bedroom accent tables.
Yeah.
Okay, who doesn't have one of those? I have one.
Uh-huh.
You could put this. I think this would be nice because you can get like an underskirt colored
Yeah.
and then put this over the top.
Yep.
Or if you had a round coffee table. I think this would look nice on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely all kinds of possibilities. And then I just did a very basic eyelet border. You can finish off the border in anything. You know, that's just what I chose. So this was the mystery project that we are working on right now. So that's why it's hanging there.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with the way it turned out.
And the mystery series is ongoing. It's $99 for the whole thing. I mean, one's gone, but you'd only have 5 left. Or you can pay $25 for just one class. First Saturday of every month. Goes from now till June.
Yeah.
You can sign up online or call the store.
I love teaching the mystery.
Yeah.
That's always a lot of fun.
Yep.
So, yeah. Oh, and we do yarn hints, so you always kind of have an idea of what to dig through your stash for when we do the mystery series. So, keep that in mind. Okay.
Okay, is that all you have finished?
Yeah.
Okay, I have one finished. I had a lot more, but like I said, we just
She gave them away.
did Christmas on Sunday, so yeah. And they were mostly hats, one cowl. Yeah, mostly hats and one cowl. So I did the Colorwork sweater out of the Strange Brew and a couple other hats. And then I made this hat.
I love this hat.
Just finished that up since Sunday. I think I finished it on Tuesday. This one, I kind of like the color pooling.
Now this is fingering?
Yeah, this one's fingering. So I'm going to write the pattern up and I'll put it for free on our website. It's not even half a skein of each, a solid and a fingering. You could get like Blue Doxy Dye Works fingering, and the black is Heritage black. So, and 120 stitches.
Wow.
I knitted on a size 2.5 needle.
So then this line is created with a slip stitch?
Yes. Yeah, and it has nice decreases. It's a little hard to see on camera with that dark. The dark doesn't look as dark in real life as it does on the camera.
No, this looks really, I mean, it's a pretty hat.
Yeah, and you can see all of the black lines go up to a point. There's little points. Yeah, it doesn't, usually our colors are right on, but yeah, the dark green is showing way darker than it really is.
Well, I like the way it ends in that point, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I will write up the pattern hopefully tomorrow and have it on the website the same time this video goes up. So, and I'll put it up there no matter the shape. If it's not, if it has no photograph or whatever, I'll put it up as soon as I can, and then I'll add photos later. So that was my FO for the week that I can show. So, and my works in progress are just, you know, I just started going gangbusters on my sweater, so I don't have any of those. Do you have any?
I have one. Well, yeah, I got my sweater.
Oh, yeah, your Advent project.
Okay, I didn't knit it as an Advent project, but I used an Advent kit. Well, it's technically not an Advent kit. Leading men have this thing, I don't know why they do it that way, but it's not Advent kit. Or they call it their not Advent kit. So what the pattern is the Radvent, R-A-D-V-E-N-T cardigan by Amba O'Brien. And you start out, well, this is where I started with a cuff, and I think I've shown you this is the first sleeve. Okay. And then you knit all the way up to what would be the center, okay? And then you start second sleeve. And so when you look at the back, here, take that sleeve. And wait, we got to turn it this way. All right. You have a seam up the back here where the color 13 matches. So it goes from that end to that end. It's got these big bat wing kind of sleeves. And I took the Leading Men kit and held it double with mohair. And I love this thing. Okay, I get fuzz all over me when I work on it, but whatever. And so now I got, right now I got, hard to show the darn thing, but I've got the center front stitches on hold. because I'm going to pick up for like a neckband, and then down here, the bottom part has a wide ribbing, like you have the wide ribbing on the sleeves. So I've got, I think I'm down to eight rows to go of ribbing. Yeah, see, I think I would have just, knowing what I know now, I would have done a 3-needle bind off. But once it was done, I didn't care. I'm done. But you're supposed to Kitchener that back seam together, and I had a hard time getting that Kitchener to lay flat. And I don't know if it's because you got like 89 stitches on there, and it's a lot of Kitchenering, or because I've never had that much trouble with Kitchener before. I mean,
It's pulled too tight.
I pulled it too tight. Okay, there you go. Inspected. Well,
I've done that on socks before, and then because that you know because you get a little ridge in the center in the
yeah. Well, and the
backside.
thing is, though, I couldn't keep it consistent. That's what's bugging me.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep it consistent, and then
you
I
know,
got some.
and part of it might be because you were holding 2 yarns together. That makes it more difficult.
Well, it was a pain in the ass. So
Yeah.
if I was going to knit this again, I'd say screw the Kitchener. I would line up my 2 sides and I'd do a 3-needle bind off.
Yeah, that might have been easier.
You know, and you just put them and then you'd hold them wrong sides together, 3-needle bind off. You're gonna. I mean, I got a line up the back that I don't. That under the original pattern was not supposed to be there. Oh well, I'm gonna get over it. Who's gonna be looking at my backside? So whatever. Yeah, because like here, I think I did pull, but then there's another section up here where it laid nice and flat. I don't know where it is. Here, see?
Yeah.
It laid nice and flat.
So you didn't pull it as
I
tight
didn't pull
there.
it as tight there.
Yeah.
But I don't. I mean, I pulled tight in some spots and pulled tight and not tight in other spots. That's just not like me. So I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
get it.
it's probably either it's because of the mohair or just holding 2 together.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Nonetheless,
so-
it's done and I'm getting
Yep.
over it. I don't know.
But it is beautiful. I mean, I love the way those colors. It's almost like they fade into each other because of the mohair, but no fading was necessary.
No.
You just stop one and start the next. Looks gorgeous. I love those colors.
Yeah. I don't know which side I like better, the brown side or the blue side.
Yeah, they're both beautiful.
But I can't wait to wear this thing. So I think because I'm hemming my haw and hawing on my Colorwork sweater. I mean, I know I'm going to do this Colorwork sweater. I mean, I have every intention of doing that. But I think right now I just can't get motivated to jump into the whole swatching and getting organized with that because this is still on the needles.
Yeah, I can see you want to get this off the needles and then do a palette cleanser like a little hat or something.
Exactly.
Then jump into another sweater.
Exactly. A palette cleanser. You know, I call it instant gratification.
Oh, okay.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
When I finish a big project, I do a quick little one just so I get some quick instant gratification. And then I jump into my next big, you know, escapade. So a palette cleanser, that's a great name for it.
I'm sure I didn't come up with it. I must have heard it before.
Well, no, but I mean, it really, that I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, and sometimes I'll even do a series of 3 or 4 quick little projects. You know, I have a list. I keep a notebook where I'll do this and this and this and this. I've got, you know, I got that whole list of things I want to do. And some of them are very short. Like I've got a RBG, the cowl we did. I've got that on there, the Descent cowl. I've got a couple of my mystery projects that aren't finished yet, and I want to do those. Yeah. So I might cleanse my palette for maybe a week and knock off a few of these things.
Yeah. Well, you knit fast enough, you'll catch up.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will just keep my Colorwork sweater here at the shop. That always slows me down.
Well, that's true. You can't knit, you know. I mean, I suppose there are days when it might be quiet in the shop, even though you don't want it to be quiet in the shop. Well, then you can kind of get some knitting done. But, yeah. Yeah. I know. Well, and what will happen with me is once I start that Colorwork sweater, I will go on that Colorwork sweater. I won't do little things in between.
And if it's top down, you'll go till the whole yoke's done.
Yep.
And then you'll kind of stall a little.
Yeah, I know, because then you're in the sea of boring stockinette.
Yeah.
But at least it'll be in the round.
Yep. And You know, sometimes that's nice, like if you're watching TV or something. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's all I have for today.
wow, me too.
Well, we've been on here a long time. Since we started doing weekly ones, we haven't been going this long.
I know, talk
So.
too much today.
Yeah, but I really wanted to talk a lot about the knit along. So I hope you all join us. Comment below, comment in Ravelry. You know, just let us know you want to participate. And if you want to come to our steeking party, you know, let us know that too. And I probably will find gifts to give away. And I'll probably pull those from the Ravelry chatter. So
Oh, okay.
if you want to be eligible for any gift, make sure you do your chattering there. Just pop in on Ravelry and say, I'm going to participate, you know, even if that's all you say. But if you show pictures of your project, that would be wonderful.
Oh, we'd love to see that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, cool.
Okay.
See you next Friday.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.